Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage Storm King flip-top petrol lighter made by Park Industries in Springfield, Illinois. It is a very old lighter, I believe made in the mid to late 1940s, possibly early 1950s. The case is aluminum, and the insert is still all original. This has been my go-to lighter, my everyday carry, the one that is in my pocket at most times over the last year or so. So I've got a lot of experience with it. It has been refueled countless times. I know what to expect when I fill this lighter up and put it in my pocket. This lighter works every bit as well as any Zippo that you've ever used. Those file teeth are horizontal, not diagonal. Most lighters nowadays have the teeth cut on that file wheel at an angle rather than being straight. I believe that was the same insert that was in the Park Crackle lighters. You can see the 4-barrel hinge that is riveted to the case and the lid. And there's plenty of damage to this case, to the lighter. Dings, anodizing loss, dents, scuffs, scratches, general use, and overall wear. The thickness of the aluminum on this lighter seems a little bit thinner to me than that of the later aluminum case lighters that came out of Murfreesboro. But that is just my impression and could be completely wrong. It has a nice glossiness to the finish of the aluminum case, and it's very difficult for me to ascertain the exact colors. I believe the top is black, although in some lights, especially there where it is fading, it looks purple. And the bottom, although most often to me it looks orange, in some lights it looks gold. Either color is problematic. As an OU fan, the University of Oklahoma Sooners, I traditionally do not care for orange, as the two greatest rivals were or have been the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma State Cowboys, who were both orange. But gold and black presents a problem as well on a high school rival level. Locally, I should say. I won't go into the details of that unless someone asks me. This side of the insert is not marked. It's a little bit dirty. Has 6 holes on each side. And this side of the insert is marked Storm King on the side of the windscreen. You can see where the color is on the inside of most of the case and the lid, although it is a little bit spotty in some places. I don't know exactly what that anodizing process is, or if maybe that underside of the lid might have actually been painted. You can see here the insert, which is very sturdily constructed and marked Flint adjustment screw on the side. And this flint screw is not the flimsy, sorry plastic flint spring screw that you may be accustomed to from the later, more inexpensively, cheaply made Park Murfreesboro lighters. This was still a very robust screw that you wouldn't have had to worry. This is a better screw than a Zippo would come with today. At least it's a little bigger. But you can see the insert still has the original tube-shaped felt on the bottom, and the wadding and the wick are original as well. This insert, like all Park Industry flip-top lighters that I'm aware of, used that pivot spring type system. And it is marked that same way, Flint adjustment screw on both sides. Has a hollow rivet, and there is a hole in the back of the windscreen. I don't know if that was quality testing that put that there or just dumb luck. Probably some testing involved. And I really like how it is marked along the front spine here. Precision made by Park Sherman, Springfield, Illinois, USA. That is a really cool touch to me, especially when Park was so bad later about not marking inserts, and there were also, or at least there appear to have been, several other brands or just made in the USA stamped on the bottom of their lighters, and then an insert that did not have any markings on it. So it's really cool to see these older Park inserts marked so well. And this insert shows plenty of carbon buildup, plenty of scratches, scuffs from sliding in and out. Like I said, I use this lighter all the time. So it gets filled up, it gets emptied, it gets used, it gets dropped. Very good lighter, and I have no problem at all carrying a Park lighter around and using it. I've done it many times. That spring is still good and tight, and you can hear how it slaps shut. And it's almost easier to use it backhanded sometimes. The spring is so strong that if your hands are not properly moisturized, then it may just slip right out. I put lotion on my hands right before I made this video just because of that. And it was still easier to open it backward than it is just flipping it with my thumb, just because that spring is so strong. The bottom is marked Storm King Windproof lighter. And you can see how along the edges there's apparent wear where the color is missing. Of course, this happens over time. There are no major dents, maybe a small one or two. Mostly what I would call dings. And even though it has the horizontal straight file wheel, it still seems to shower that chimney area sufficiently with spark to light it the vast majority of the time. It's a very good, dependable lighter. They're a good, inexpensive option if you like to use old lighters. So this one won't be for sale. This is, like I said, my personal carry, my everyday carry, the one that is in my pocket at all times. But you Zippo guys, don't sleep on the Park or Storm King lighters. There's nothing wrong with them. They function just great. They are a worthwhile addition to your collection, and I highly recommend them. Until next time.